Hi there. A quick question. Do Iranians get a say in their own future? Because when you listen to some of the loudest Western progressive voices right now, calling for an immediate end to any military action, urging renewed negotiations with the Islamic Republic regime, a deal, you start to wonder whether that foundational principle, self-determination, has been conspicuously forgotten about. Now, at its best, progressive thought has insisted that oppressed peoples must be heard, that those living under authoritarian rule are not passive subjects, but agents of their own destiny, that their voices should not be overridden by distant ideologies or geopolitical abstractions. Good. So let's take that principle seriously. Do Iranians get a say in their own future? Because in Iran, this is not abstract. In recent years, and with increasing urgency, millions of Iranians have taken to the streets. Students, women, workers, people who understand intimately the cost of dissent. They have marched knowing the consequences, imprisonment, torture, even death. And still they came. And what they have expressed has not been subtle. They have called unequivocally for the end of the Islamic Republic. They have in many cases explicitly called for outside help, for intervention as a means of bringing that regime to an end. And in those same streets, we have heard chants in support of Crown Prince Reza Pahlavi as the transitional figure. And these voices inside Iran have not vanished. They reach us through messages, through calls, through fragments that survive censorship and blackout. So we are not speculating about what many Iranians inside Iran want. They have told us. They tell us clearly, repeatedly, at extraordinary personal risk, which brings us back to the contradiction. What exactly is happening when someone far removed from that reality, non-Iranian even, invokes the language of justice and solidarity and then proceeds to insist that Iranians should accept the continuation of the very regime that they have risked their lives to oppose? What do we call that? Because it is not self-determination. It is the imposition of an external framework onto a lived experience it does not fully comprehend. It is at best a kind of intellectual arrogance, at worst something more paternalistic, even faintly imperial in its posture. You've heard some of this. Do Iranians really understand that Trump is not operating only in their interests? Please. Iranians have years of understanding this current reality, but do Iranians get a say in their own future when a significant and visible portion of a population under conditions of repression repeatedly signals a desire for fundamental change? The response cannot be to dismiss that or reinterpret it or speak over it. If self-determination is the principle, then it must apply here fully, consistently, even when it complicates the politics. Do Iranians get a say in their own future, or are they only heard when they say what you are comfortable hearing?